You don't need to be a special human being to have dreams. The Bible says in the book of Acts that God is going to pour out his spirit onto all people. The underlying word is all, which means that you don't need to be a superhuman. You don't need to have any special characteristics before God reveals stuff to you in dreams. Each and every one of us deserve, or in fact, we ought to dream, because dreaming is for everyone. However, when it comes to the interpretations of dream, that one, there are specifics. So when you check the book of Daniel, the Bible says that then God gave Daniel the understanding to interpret dreams. In fact, Daniel was able to interpret dreams. This means that when it comes to dreams interpretations, it is not for everyone. There are specifics to it. There are people who are specialized or graced to interpret dreams, and there are others who are also talented whatsoever to be able to deal with the issues of dream. But the best of it all, because when everyone dreams and they can't find interpreter in Daniel, how then do they interpret their dreams? And so when you check the Bible, it says that the actual one who is supposed to interpret dreams is God, and that if not God, who else? Who else qualifies to interpret your dream in a situation where you can't find an interpreter? So always God is your first interpreter before any other human being who is graced to interpret your dreams. And so I've already advised in our previous episode that when you have dreams, do reflect on them. And the next step is to pray about your dream using biblical stance or from the biblical point of view, because whatever situation you are in, or whatever problem you saw, whatever incident you encountered in your dream, it has occurred before, or the Bible one way or the other have spoken about it. And so anytime you pray using biblical means, or praying along with the Bible, then you are guaranteed 100% response, because God is said that he doesn't look at his words to go astray. He makes sure his words are fulfilled. And that is why it is important that anytime you have dream, you seek interpretation from God himself. All right. And so in this case, we are asking that, is it important for you to have dreams before an event? And the answer is very simple and straightforward. Yes. Yes, because dreams gives you added advantage. In fact, it is more or less like you are going to write an exams, God willing, the next day. And the previous day or previous night, you have a dream where you saw clearly the questions or how the exams is actually going to be organized. When day breaks and you are able to recall your dreams, you realize that you have an advantage that your colleagues may not have, just because you know what you're about, or you know what to expect, whilst your colleagues or others who never had such a dream will not know what to do or what to expect. And that is why we say that dreams gives you added advantage, something that others will not have. Imagine dreaming and seeing yourself one way or the other being in an accident, or having gotten an accident, or seeing other people in an accident. The next morning or the next day, I'm very sure you are going to be very careful when it comes to crossing the road or driving your cars. Similarly, if you should see others, you are definitely going to advise yourself in terms of how you cross your road or drive your car, or definitely you are going to advise the one you saw or whoever was involved in the dream. That is why we say that dreams gives you added advantage, and that is why you have to dare to dream. And when you dare to dream and indeed it happens, don't forget to pray along with the Bible, and in that way seek interpretation from the Lord. And you can trust me that your dream is going to be 100% reality, and it will shock you. That is the essence of dreaming, and that is why you ought to dream before an event occurs. Catch us again on the next episode. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that when we post again, you'll be able to have access. See you again in our next episode.